Hello folks, caught unawares again. Oh blimey. Right, I hope all is well with you, and this video I've called You Don't Need a Website, because I posted yesterday here and on my personal profile actually, one of those texts, short amount of text in a coloured background that Facebook really likes. There's a little hint there, content wise. Facebook really likes those, shows them to a lot of people. And I use that to go over one of the things that you don't need to turn your passions into profit online, a website. And there was an interesting conversation going on my personal profile that I did copy into the group here, but I thought it's definitely worthwhile me doing a live to talk about it. There's another little content hint there. You can use your content in lots of different ways. So I've used it as one of those texts on coloured background. I used it as a bit of a longer form text post, and now I'm doing a live video about it. It's the same content, but in different ways. So it gets seen over and over again by different people, or the same people in different ways. So you don't need a website. And the response came back, well, can you tell us a little bit more? And isn't it the case that a website gives you your own presence as opposed to being on social media's presence, and you should be building up an email list? Or is that very old school? Well, the answer to that is yes and no. Yes, it is old school, because in the old days, before social media, and certainly before social media exploded, it probably was the way to have a website, maybe a blog, or a fully fledged website, maybe built out with loads and bells and whistles, and you'd get people's email addresses and you build up an email list. And there's nothing wrong with building up an email list today. In fact, you should be building an email list today, because it is true that if you're using social media, then you are at the whim of the social media accounts. Facebook, whatever it is, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, any of them could close your account overnight and you'd have little or no recourse about it. So if you build your business solely on that, you're taking the risk of the carpet being completely pulled from underneath you. If you've got your own email list, then that's your asset, rather than operating in Facebook or some other social media channels asset. So there's nothing wrong. In fact, you might call it advisable to say you should take people off the social media as soon as possible to your own asset and start building them in your own asset. Now, having said that, one of the reasons that people don't get anywhere or don't make progress is because they get caught up in this idea that they've got to have a website, they've got to build a website. And the technicalities of it, maybe the expense of it, the time of it, just puts people off. So much so they get overwhelmed. The idea just sits gathering dust, doesn't get anywhere. Whereas you don't need one. Because if you think about what a website is going to do, it might do a few things. It might let people find you and your offer. It might let people see your offer, if that makes sense, as opposed to just finding it, to have a look at your offer in full glorious detail, text, colour, videos, all that on your website. It might offer them the chance to join your audience via that email list, and it might facilitate someone giving you money. Turn your passion into profit online. Someone can buy something via your website. Great, you might say. And yeah, correct, it is great. But all of that can be done on social media nowadays, particularly today, October 2020. People can find you on social media. People can look at, connect, get to know, like and trust you on social media. People can find out about your offer on social media. People can buy your offer on social media. In fact, people can even pay you now on social media. Facebook have introduced their paid events. They've got Facebook Pay and they've got Facebook paid events in groups, because Facebook are pushing groups in a big way still at the moment. So because all of that stuff that a website might do, you can do on social media, and you can do it all on Facebook. I think you should just pick one. When you're starting, you should just pick one social media and get good at that one, rather than spread yourself too thin, which is a mistake that I make a lot, and I'm probably still making. I prefer Facebook. I think anything you can do on any of the other social media channels, you can do just as well, if not better, on Facebook. So not only can your audience find you on Facebook, you do that by putting your content out there, you can go and find your audience. So you can facilitate them finding you by putting you and your offer in front of them. Go and find where they are en masse, and then put yourself and your offer and your content in front of them. And it can all be done for free. Completely for free. Because turning your passion into profit online comes down to, ultimately and basically, it comes down to you providing something to someone. That might be a service, it might be a product, it might be information. You providing something to someone. The rest of it doesn't matter. The rest of it is noise, and it's noise that stops people. If you simplify everything back down, something you offer and what it does for someone, and then someone taking up that offer. Now that can all be done on social media. And if you've got an idea, remember I talk about the Online Passion Profits journey, and someone at the start of the Online Passion Profits journey, maybe they like the idea, turning their passion into profit online, but they don't understand the concepts, they don't understand the technicalities, they haven't got a product for sale, they wouldn't understand how to market it, they wouldn't understand how to actually take money into their bank account that they can spend. That's fine. Not a bad thing, that's a good thing to be at the start of the Online Passion Profits journey. Someone at that stage should not be building a website. It's not needed. They should concentrate on building an audience for what they've got in mind, and then asking that audience whether they want what they've got in mind. And then, in the course of doing that, they'll find out what the audience does want. It might be what they've got in mind. It might be something different. That can all be done completely for free on social media. Now, when I say you don't need a website, I'm not saying don't have a website. There's nothing wrong with having a website. There are lots of advantages of having a website. The main one being it is your own internet asset, as I've mentioned before. So once you've got an offer that you know people are interested in, that you know is selling, and that you know works, then when it comes to scaling it up and to moving it all forwards and to growing it all, then you can look at a website. But I just don't think you need to start with. And because it holds so many people back, this is why I say it. Here's an example, just thinking about it. I did that painting yesterday. I did that yesterday, and I post my videos up on my paintings. You might have seen one of them. You might have seen that one, for all I know. And that's the previous one I did. That one. When I post the videos up there, I don't say I'm trying to sell these. I don't say these are for sale. I don't even put a price on them. I just put them up there. And I get people either posting, are these for sale? Or I get people messaging me saying, is that for sale? How much? And that happened yesterday with that one. Someone messaged me and said, I really enjoy your paintings. Are they for sale? How much? So can you see there's no website involved there? Because if we agree a price, I just give them my PayPal address, they send me money, I send the painting. Me, a product that does something for someone and someone buying it. No website needed, all done for free, all done via social media. And then I could wrap that up by saying, yeah, these are for sale. Oh yeah, here's the price for each one. And building up more of a proper, maybe a Facebook group about it, or a proper fancy album, and actually, making more of a thing of it. Maybe doing live. I did think about doing a live painting, doing one of the paintings live. Now I think that would be a good idea. I think a lot of people would be interested in watching that for fun. And then the bigger an audience you build, it only needs one person to say, yeah, I want to buy that one. All done for free via social media. Now you might say, well, yeah, I've got products. They're not products. They're not something I've created myself. It is a product. Like it could be, I don't know, cups or mugs or toys or books or something like that. It is a product. It's not really much I can do with that. People either want to buy it or they don't. Incorrect. Because the way I coach it, the model that I coach, and it's not the only model out there, but the way I do it is that people are buying from you. Yeah, they're buying what the offer is, but they're buying it from you because they've heard about it from you, and it's you that they're dealing with. So it's the you which is the core element, particularly when it comes to turning your passion into profit online. That is the driver behind it, because that builds a connection between you and whoever it might be that might buy what you've got to offer. That connection is made via, yes, your content, yes, social media, but your passion. Don't get that on a website. Right, okay. I hope that makes sense to you. I'd love to hear what you think about that. I'd love to hear your comments. I genuinely believe, and I genuinely believe that you don't need a website, but it's not, the method I teach is not the only method. Of course, obviously. There are plenty of people teaching out there that you can build little websites. A little website, 1 or 2 pages, and build lots of them. That one website might only make an average of £12 a year, £1 a month. Well, if you build another one, that's £2 a month. You build another one, that's £3 a month. Well, you know where I'm going with that, don't you? You can just build them over and over again, and they do the work on autopilot. Because of the search engine work and the fact that it's a website, people find them via the search engines. People go and buy what's on the website or not. They make a certain amount of money per month. You leave it. You don't have to do anything with it. Full autopilot, set and forget, and you just build more and more and more and more of them. That is a model that has made a lot of people a lot of money and still is making a lot of people a lot of money. It's just not the model that I coach and teach. So there's nothing wrong with having a website. Lots of advantages to having a website, but you don't need to have one to start. Okay, right, that is it. Waffle mode off. Let me know what you think. Signing off for now and wishing you, as ever, health and happiness. I'll speak to you again soon.